my father had a great way of saying this. Do you want a good story or do you want a true story? So
We are going to tell you a great story.
we're going to try with a little bit of truth, a lot of bit of truth, and who knows. But anyway, let's get started. So this story begins with, we arrive in Linhares, and you have to understand that we are two Americans. We've never seen a village like this.
Not a medieval village from hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Never seen construction like this. Never seen these narrow alleys. Never seen, kind of the crumbling buildings as you drive up here. We've just never been in this, right? So that's the mind frame starting number one. And then to understand the humor in this story, you have to understand one thing about Christy and I both.
We think very differently about things that happen that are unexplained. At least unexplained to me.
That's very nicely said. Christy likes to look for the supernatural in her explanations, and I like to look for science in my explanations. So we don't actually have issues with this. We actually find it quite humorous in our relationship to continually go back and forth with looking for ghosts or doing some research and explaining how the real world works. Now, I do think it's probably quite humorous right now that we're talking to you, and some of you on the end of this are saying, oh, she's right, those ghosts are real. And then some of you are also saying, oh, he's right, ghosts aren't real. So we understand that our audience should get some humor out of this as well. If you live in this world where two people in a marriage have such differing views on it, and you can find humor in it, you'll thoroughly enjoy this. So again, let's start with, we have arrived in an ancient village and we've never seen anything like it.
Ever. And it's exciting. We are arriving in Linhares, and as our car hits the cobblestone, my mind is just going 100 miles an hour. So we see our host, Nuno, amazing guy. We love him to death.
And he, by the way, he already gave us a heads up that we were staying in an ancient prison, right?
So I was already excited, and I had all these, things going through my mind of all these things that could happen, maybe might happen, who knows. So we park and we get out and we do our introductions, and he immediately goes into telling us some history of this small village and the courtyard that we have parked in.
Almost the very first thing out of his mouth is
that in this very courtyard, hundreds upon hundreds of people have been tried, convicted, and executed in this courtyard. So of course my mind goes to, wow, think of all the spirits that must still be stuck, lingering here.
And I was thinking, she's thinking, wow, think of all the spirits that must be stuck here. So I was really thinking to myself, oh, Nuno, you're just feeding the monster. You're feeding the ghost monster. But anyway, so we leave the courtyard, and Christy is already looking for ghosts.
I am. I'm looking around, soaking in the environment, just thinking, what is it going to be like sleeping in an ancient prison? How many spirits could be stuck there?
So we start walking up the narrow alley, and as you can see here, it is needing a little bit of repair in the building here, and we're wondering, oh my, what did we get ourselves into?
Yes.
So Nuno unlocks the door.
An adventure.
And the door swings open, and
there is a nicely remodeled AirBnB that you would never think was an ancient prison. In 100 years, you would never think.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, boy, I bet those ghosts really like this new remodeling.
And so, the adventure begins, right?
Oh, it only begins there. All right, it really is. Okay, we're just finally in the room. So Christy, she begins her adventure with pulling out her phone.
Yes.
Holding it up, walking around, and looking for ghost energy.
Exactly. Energy, is it here? Am I going to find it?
And I pull out my phone, hold it up, walking around, looking for Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi? Where's the Wi-Fi? Guess which one of us found our stuff? We'll let you guess. Okay, so the story only begins there because I tell you, the one thing about Christy that is just almost endlessly entertaining for anybody around her, for her family, the kids, and myself, is she gets so funny, ridiculous with the stuff she does. Once she's decided she's going to do something, she's hilarious. So, what does she do?
Well, I've seen way too many horror stories. Way too many. So, of course, I'm, looking around. All right, I need to check out this kitchen. There could be somebody hiding somewhere in these cabinets. So I'm going through the kitchen, looking through the cabinets. Of course, nobody's there, thankfully. And so we stand there, and it's a little bit quiet, and all I could hear is breathing.
As if the house was breathing.
And that's exactly what I say to Richard. I say, do you hear that? The house is breathing.
I actually do hear something. But I look around for just a moment and say, it's probably just airflow up and down the chimney, so I'm pretty darn sure the house isn't breathing.
It was breathing, I'm telling you.
It was breathing. Okay, so we finally reach a point where this camera's getting heavy and my arm doesn't want to hold it up anymore, so I'm going to spin it around, and I'm going to sit it right over here.
And I'm trying to be so quiet so that I don't bother him, because I know he's about to go to sleep. So I whisper into the phone, okay, this is Christy. We're at Linhares. I didn't know how to say it.
Let's skip this part. We'll just play him the video.
Yeah. So that you can see the proof. I got it.
No, wait. First, you got to listen to her story. Then you have to realize she sends this stuff to her entire family.
It was proof to me, anyway.
It was proof to her.
Okay, now listen. I forgot what day it is. Monday. No, wait. Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. This is video log 1. In the house. In something da Piedra. In Portugal. We're living for the next 30 days in a prison built in the medieval times. Lots of tortured souls in this one establishment. We'll let you know in the morning if we hear anything weird. This is me signing off. I said good day. Wait, let's ask the spirits in this house a question. Are you at rest? Okay, we'll check your answer in the morning. Good day.
And, of course, she wakes me up. I can't remember that night or the next morning.
It was the next morning, and I said, you've got to watch what I caught on my phone. There were spirits in the air, and I caught it.
They were floating around everywhere.
Floating around. Lights everywhere.
How did you sleep?
I don't know.
How did I sleep?
Soundly. Anyway. Yeah.
And we interrupt this. Wait. And we interrupt this. And we interrupt this horror story with a live explanation of what really happened.
All right, so I had to rewatch the video. Richard played it on his computer, and I noticed something strange in the phone. An apparition that looked similar to my eyes. And then I figured, those are my eyes. That's no apparition. They were my eyeballs, glistening as they do in the light of my phone.
And once again, the myth has been debunked. Okay, so here we are. We're here the next morning. We're both still alive. We've not found any dead bodies. We've not found any ghosts walking around
exactly.
the
I
the
wake
house.
up, my eyes open, and I'm thinking, I made it. I made it through night one. Hallelujah.
I can't wait to record log number 2. So anyway, we're alive.
Yes.
We've been
we
here
made
for
it.
almost 30 days.
Yes, 3.5 weeks. Yes.
We're still alive. So there's our ghost adventure. Oh, wait, it wasn't over. The next morning.
The next night.
No, the next morning,
Oh.
we get up to have breakfast.
Yes.
So it's not over. The next morning, we get up to have breakfast.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
downstairs,
Yeah.
and I take a bite of the hot food. And again, it's cold downstairs,
Yeah.
and it's damp, by the way,
Yeah.
which only increases the chances of
Steam.
coming out of your mouth. So Christy sees the steam coming out of my mouth and says,
Holy smokes. Do you remember all those scenes in Supernatural where the steam comes out of their mouth? It is evidence that there is an evil spirit in the same room with you.
to which I calmly reply, I'm sure it's the cold air and the warm food in my mouth.
So I walk away, whatever.
So again, this is our relationship, and you know what? It's actually fun. It's darn entertaining, and hope you enjoyed log 1. And
The next morning.
somehow we're still alive after 3.5 weeks. So there's your ghost story.
And the story about him exorcising the demons out of my dream.
Oh my!
Remember
How did
that?
we forget that?
I don't know.
Oh my! That was probably the best part.
That was-
Psychologically. When you go to sleep and you're convinced there's maybe a ghost here and you've already watched the video, what happened in your dream?
Oh, there was a demon that had me paralyzed, that I couldn't move, had my vocal cords paralyzed, I couldn't speak, and so all I could do was try to moan really loud, and I successfully did that and woke Richard up because I knew that I had to be woken up to get me away from that evil presence that was in my dream. So anyway,
It's pretty rare that I get woken up, so
Yeah.
that's how loud she's over there moaning. So of course
Help.
I pop my head up and look over at her, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I just take my hand, I put it on her head, and I pat 3 times.
exorcising the demon
And
away.
I exorcised the demon completely away, went right back to sleep. Funny how the demons never really get after me. They only get after her. But anyway, it was...
It was good. It
It's
was.
hilarious.
Thank you. I was grateful. He saved me.
You're welcome. That's what true love is. Exorcising demons in the middle of Portugal.
And if you like this video, please go ahead and give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss our mediocre video content based on actual events.
Ghosts aren't real.
They are. Hopefully this is not the last video you watch from us.
That may be the last damn video people watch from us.
It's all in good fun.
Hey, enjoy it. And ghosts still aren't real.